Hello, everybody. My name is Crystal. We're going to learn how to weave basket caps. I'm doing some. We got the leather here, and these are all weaving. I believe in them being prayers. We got some raffia. Everybody should have a case like this, and we fill it up with this much water. What we do first is we'll cut the strings out for the hat. But we need to put the raffia in the water so that it softens up. So you'll just clip it apart, unwrap it. Let me see. Oh, that's a good piece. Okay, let's stick it right in there. Open it up. And stick your raffia right inside your water. Just like that. And leave it to soak for a while. You don't need gobs of water. Just enough to get your raffia wet. We'll close the lid and put that over there. Now we've got the twine. We need 96 pieces of twine that are cut. We do this from our arm to our shoulder. You can measure it in any length you'd like, but these are some that I done. When you get 96 of these cut, you'll divide them into 48. And then we'll go and we'll put these together like this. We're gonna make them all even. And then we'll take a strip of leather and tie it in between. This will also poke out at the top like these. Okay. Now once we get that started, we'll set it aside, wait for our raffia. This is called twine. This will make our colors in our hats. And this right here, we spray the raffia as we weave. That way it stays pliable. Okay, we got scissors, we got leather, we got this. And that's the end of everything for right now. Let's start out with our raffia again. This is our raffia. We need to pick it up and move it around so that all of it, see, this is kind of dry still. We need to get that in the water. Then you pick out a piece like this. And I prefer to use the thinner pieces because I've used the bigger pieces and they didn't turn out as pretty. So you'll pull them apart like this, and that's about the size of a good piece. And you'll make sure that they're even. And then I roll them up like this so that I could just pick them out of my bucket. So here we are. We've got our raffia. We got that prepared and ready to go. Let's close up our box. And then we've got our strings. 96 strings. I put them in bundles of 10. It's easier. 10, 5, I mean,
You're good.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 96. So we'll take these apart and we'll make them into our crosses. 48 this way, 48 that way makes 46. Okay, let's get started. Okay, does everybody have their twine counted? 48 and 48 is 68, and you crisscross them. I fold mine like this so that I can get the crisscross, and I fold the other one too and see if it's the same. Oops, I lost the string. Okay. So now, this is when we take our piece of buckskin. You might need a piece bigger than this. And you pick up your bundles and you tie them in a knot. This will be the outside of my hat right here. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like. We're going to go all the way around the top. We are going to go 16 times. I think it's 16 or 5. Let's see here.
That's what it said, yeah.
What did I do with my...
Right here. Oh.
Okay, we ready?
You ready?
Okay, we'll start with our twine like this. There's only one knot that should go in your hat, and that's the first one. Okay, I like to take mine. I don't know how anybody else does it, but I take mine from here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. Okay, then you count your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, now this is the way I do it. Oh, here's the knot. Okay, this raffia has been sitting for a while. So this is what we do. We spray it. We spray it.
Now it's spraying.
So you take your knot and you wrap it around your 16. Pull it through. You don't want to put a lot of knots in there because they will aggravate your head when you're dancing and you're wearing your cap. So let's pull this up to the top. 16. Count out another 16 on the other side. I try to pick up from the bottom first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then go to the top. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, I'll take the top one, 16. You'll get to know your hat and every strand of your hat as you go because you become one with the stitches. Okay, we're going to count these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, see there? Okay, now here we go. We're going to start weaving. We have our 2 pieces of raffia, and you twist it. Twist like that, and pick it up, and pull it through. Now we're going to do this 16 rows, 16 times around here. So be ready to do some weaving. Now we got to count another 16. This is the hardest part. Another 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We get ready to make another bundle. 16 we've wrapped. Now we're going to count again. Make sure you pull it up to the buckskin and twist it tight. Here's my other 16 right here. You take it, you twist it, and you put it through. And you can do this consecutively now until you get your 16 rows done. Okay, do the same thing. Twist. Count your 16. Eleven, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, here we go again. Here we go, another bundle, 16. Twist it, wrap, and pull it through. $16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, pull your strings out so they're not knotted up. Be easy, gentle. We got another bundle wrapped. Twist and bring it through. And we'll keep on doing this consecutively until we go 13 rounds. And then we will partially have the top of this done. Okay, as we keep going, we will eventually come to the end where we'll be right here. This knot should be on the bottom. But we will do this 5 times around, and we will get the hat. When we see how big it is, we may have to do some more so that it will be a bigger hat. I will show you this in a, okay. Okay, the middle of our hats, when our raffia gets dry, we spray it with the spray bottle. This is how far everybody should be. And then I wanted to show you, this is my add-on. I take these two and I twist them so that I don't make a knot, and then I hold it. You hold your, let's see what now here. It takes time. You just can't, we're not a days made in China. We got to do this slowly. So anyways, here we go. This is part of our wrapping. I could cut this later. Twist. Oops, wrong way. Twist. Pull your bundle through. Twist. Pull your bundle through. I'm going to do one more round. Now you can make this, if you want to make this a small cap, you can do this. This is the back. You just, what we're going to do is start doing 4 rounds into 16. We'll divide these strings. There's 16 in each one. So we'll divide the strings by 4s. And one of our strands or one of our bundles has 14 in it. So divide that by 4 just as well as the other. Okay, now we twist this on. Let me see. Okay, here we go. See, this was another add-on. Let me get, okay, here we go. Twist, pull your bundle. twist, pull your bundle. Twist, pull your bundle through. Twist, pull your bundle through. And you do this until you're done with your circle, as big as you choose to have it. Now I've chosen to do mine on a plate. This is just an old way that you can measure your top. Your top should be, like mine should be about up to here, a few more wraps. And then this little bit, this is where we divide the 7 into the 16. How many times does it go? Okay? And then we start wrapping just enough for it to be able to bend. If it takes 4 or 6 rows, just so it goes down the side. And then we start dividing by 2. Every 2 wraps. So this is the initial way to get started. And to do this, to add your pieces, you'll go back and you will clip what's hanging over, because you can weave it right in and you don't have any knots. Back, when you weave, you always have the back facing you. Okay?
So that's the size if they want to do a smaller one, right?
They
So
can do the smaller one if they want to do the smaller one, or they can get a plate and measure it. And this is how big you want the top of your hat, that circular part.
for a bigger, like
For a larger hat. If you want a smaller hat, you do it and stop, and then just start breaking it down
into 4s, right?
into 4s and then into 2s. And when you get to the end of your hat, it'll look similar to this. If you got some long ones, that's okay. See, I got a real long one right there. But it's probably woven in by now. So here's our 2s, like that, or our 7s. So we got 16, it'll be 4 to 6, and then it will be every 2. And then once we get down here and it's split like this into every 2, then we can start doing every single one and your hat will come out.
So you would use, like the colors that we put in the box.
Okay,
They would do the same thing, right? With
once we get down around the edges, you could start adding in your color. What you'll do is you'll wait with this and you'll wrap your color around the same thing and add it in to your cap. And it will come down here. Now, so far I've only learned how to do the circle. But I imagine there's a lot of you out there that are crafty. So, okay.
All right.
All right. This right here is done wrong. I wove it backwards. I didn't have the back in front of me like this. That's the front. So what we did was we broke our numbers down into 16. Right here is our 16. Right up until there, and we break our 16 strings down into 4 strings.
Or 8.
Or 8 strings. And so that's what it will look like, right? Like that. It'll look like it's got 2 little legs on it. And this right here is where I wove it wrong. I have got to take that out stitch by stitch, just like as if I was beading. And then these strings, remember now, I'm just going to give you a little recap. This is the back of it when you've got strings out. Once they're woven in like this, like these, you can clip them off and it will be clean. Now what we've done is gone ahead and divided from 16 8, and then I took these strings and I divided them into 4. So we'll do a couple more rounds of the 4s, probably about down to here, and then we'll start in with the 4 strings, and they're going to divide out into smaller Ys. And then you'll go into your 1s and you'll finish your hat. The hat does not have to be past your forehead. It's about 4 inches from the top to the an original basket cap. So that's where we're at for today. Ready?
Yep.
We have 16 8s, 4s, and 2s. Look at the different designs. Okay, and then what we'll do is I'm starting to do the raffnia again, and I'll do that all the way down about to there. And when we get done, we could wrap a piece of our sinew through these, and make sure you weave it in so that it will be the end of your weaving, and you can sew it around the edge right like that.
Yeah. So what else can you use for like the colors?
You could use hemp string, which is they're fluorescent and stuff like that, but they're more of a bold color.
Okay, and then you just keep going down with the raffia after the color.
Yes, just keep going with the raffia as far as you want your hat to go down.
And how many rows of 1s would you say?
I would just wrap this around when you're ready to split that into 1s, or just start weaving it. This is going to be your last 2 rows, and it will look like that. It's going to be like that.
Okay, awesome.
We always need to keep our grass wet so that it's pliable, because we need to remember we weave from the inside with the hat like this and the inside like this, and we're weaving. Like, let's say we're going to put this on toward the end. Oops, I'm not even doing this right. But it's a good... Hey, that looks pretty good. I might just do it like that.
But yeah, you just keep it
Okay,
wet
yeah.
so it works. I mean, keeps working in.
Yeah. I better just stop it. All right, when we pull these strings down, we're going to want to tie them like this. And pay attention to each string so you can get it in there tight enough. And once you get it consecutively done, then you'll take your green thread. Oops, where'd it go?
It's hiding.
Okay, here it is. You'll take your... Where's my needle? Oh, here's my needle. All right. You'll take your green thread to match the green here, and we're gonna, and a needle with a big eye, and we're gonna thread it and stick it through and tie our ends. This way it doesn't break the grass. And we do it, we'll wrap it all the way around, and your hat will be finished.
So you just wrap the color into the end of it?
Yeah, just right by where the knots are. And when you're finished, you'll cut these off. You do it as you feel you can do it, the way you might, because you're artistic.
So don't cut them too short, because if you want to add more, you can't.
Yes. Yeah. If you cut it too short and need to add some more like I do, you won't be able to. You'll need to leave some extra in case you want to weave some more in.
Awesome.